Car sales is completely changing in the United States. Just a few months ago, we had an all-time high 3.15 million units in the United States brand new on dealership lots, which is pretty crazy. We've never had that many new cars sitting on a lot, but guess what? Car dealers are still drinking the Kool-Aid trying to get market adjustments, $500 nitrogen-filled tires, $1,500 window tint. We've seen some of the stupidest dealerships on this channel doing crazy things, and I don't know if they're ever going to stop because they run on debt and they're just like, hey, someone stupid will come here eventually and buy it, because that's what they've been living off of the last 4 to 5 years. But honestly, that's done. People are realizing there's so much inventory, there's discounts, there's rebates now. Things are finally changing, but even with a discount, even with a rebate, in my opinion, it will not be enough. We saw an $87,000 Ram pickup. I mean, think about that. It doesn't even come with the Hemi anymore. $87,000 with the low quality it is. Think about how much the rebate would have to be. $30,000, $40,000 discount? You know what I mean? That's the kind of discounts we need on a lot of these vehicles, and I don't know if that'll ever happen. I've seen $30,000 discounts, but normally it is with the extra package vehicles. So they add a $20,000 package, they discount at $30,000. So it's not really much of a discount at the end of the day because you're still paying over invoice in most situations. But sometimes you'll find a good dealer that is selling it near invoice, because that's how it was before 2019. If you were a really strong car buyer, you could get most vehicles. I mean, you were getting huge discounts. No dealer was making a huge front end gross profit. They tried to screw you over in the finance box and make it up in the service department. But now they got so used to making all the money in the sales front end, they got so used to screwing you over in the finance and the service, so they've been making all this money the last few years. But it's all kind of changing because front-end gross profit, it needs to be smaller. I mean, these dealers were getting 10-pounders, 20-pounders, which is $10,000, $20,000 gross profit from selling you a Kia Telluride. I mean, that's the kind of crazy stuff. It just doesn't make sense. They're not building the vehicle. All they're doing is literally the middleman right in the middle from the manufacturer to the customer, charging an extra $10,000 to $20,000 profit for the dealership. So it's a complete mess, and those times are over. The big profit times for these dealers, they've had their fun. And it's time for the customer to get back to how it was, back to the 2019 level when everybody got a big discount. No one paid MSRP. If you did, I don't know, you must have been, I'm sorry. But 2019 before, if you pay MSRP, it would be stupid at any time, even 2022, 23, in my opinion. But let alone before 2020, that wasn't a thing. Now everybody's paying MSRP, paying over MSRP during 21, 22, 23. And so all these people are stuck like Chuck. They are so upside down. That's the other issue. Dealerships, a lot of people are payment buyers. They come into the dealership, 99% at these franchise dealers, they're payment buyers. And guess what? They can't get approved anymore. That's the big thing. Banks are starting to say, no, we're not going to approve this person, or we need more proof. We need proof of income, proof of residence, all this stuff that puts a little hitch in the dealership's deal, and they charge the dealership a fee to get bad credit people approved. And that fee can be very expensive. So dealerships will have to pay $1,500, $2,000 for a fee just to get the person approved. And that's becoming more and more common because there's so much bad credit, and $1,000 payments are becoming normal. Believe it or not, if you see a Tahoe or a pickup truck going down the road, that's probably an $1,100 payment, a $1,300 payment. Even a Jeep Wrangler could be a $1,500, $1,600 payment. And I'm not making this up. This is the reality. It's insane. So you have all these crazy payments, like the average new car payments, like over $700. I mean, come on. Insane. And even if you go with used prices are still pretty high, almost every situation. I saw a Ford, I think it was a Ford Fiesta, $12,000 with a transmission that'll go out yesterday. So it's like, these prices don't make sense on new, they don't make sense on used. Everything's way overpriced. Honestly, used might even, it's pretty crazy because what you used to be able to get, let's say 5 years ago for 10 grand compared to now is crazy on the used market. And same deal on the new market. It's crazy what you could get for 30 grand compared to now on the new market. Insane in just 5 years. Jeep Wranglers are literally $100,000. People don't believe that. A Jeep Wrangler could cost $100,000 without the dealership even doing a markup. So it's like, what? That's the world we live in. That's how crazy these auto manufacturers got. They completely lost their mind over the last few years because all this money was getting printed. Oh, they were like, oh, let's take full advantage. Let's give money out. Hey, our banks are giving money out left and right. Hey, let's go. And now all these people are not making their payments. Repo rates are up, so people are getting their car repoed more often than, let's say, they were last year, and it's becoming more common. So everything's getting worse for the car market. The math is not looking pretty. They have all this inventory that's way overpriced. They need to discount it big, which is going to come out of their pockets. The dealerships and the manufacturers have to work together to give huge discounts to sell this stuff, because that's the only way they're going to be able to get these people out of the negative equity, because people are going to keep trying to buy these cars, but if they're so upside down, how can they get in a car? The math is not math. And so these dealerships screwed their own customer base, and the auto manufacturers screwed their own customer base, and now they're going to pay the price a little bit. So it's going to be real interesting to see what happens. At the end of the day, we need everything to come down. It's not even just cars, it's everything around us went up like crazy. So yeah, it's going to affect the car market, and who knows what's going to happen. It's not going to look pretty if they keep going up and up and up. Let's see what happens. Let me know what you think. Have a great day and stay blessed.